I've got my camera turned around. Okay. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah in Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV gossip. And of course, Jeff Lewis. I hope you're having an amazing day and had a great weekend. For those of us lucky enough to go soon to BravoCon, the countdown is on. I started glancing at clothes this weekend, and I'm like, ooh, is that even going to fit me? Because I have been making some chunky choices lately. So let's just see how this all works out for me. So if you see me in Las Vegas or posting on my Instagram with a little unbutton of the belly, mind your business, okay? Just mind your dang business. Anyways, okay, let's get into it. We've got some reality TV gossip and, of course, Jeff Lewis. Okay, can chat a little bit about Kelly Dodd, a little bit about John Hill, Andy Cohen, and, of course, episode 1 of Real Housewives of New York reunion. Did you watch it? I don't know. I didn't love it. Okay, let's get started. Kelly Dodd made a video over the weekend. I guess, she and Rick live somewhat close to this house that Shannon Bedore, sadly ran into the night of her DUI. So they made a video and went by it and showed that it has since been repaired. But they're like giggling about it, y'all. Like it was... I don't think this is going to help if she and Shannon hope to mend their friendship, right? Don't forget, they were supposed to go to lunch the same week that the DUI happened. And obviously that all got delayed, but I don't know. I'm not sure if Shannon is catching wind of anything that Kelly's been saying on her Rick and Kelly show, which, by the way, I don't think there was a show today. I didn't know if there was supposed to be one or not, but anyways, there wasn't a Rick and Kelly show today. But then I think she made a joke, something about the big window at this house. And she said, my mom said, oh, good thing she didn't hit the window. I'm like, well, yeah, because I mean, it was only like midnight or 1 a.m. on a Saturday. Somebody very well could have been sitting in that living room and, either had glass shattered on them or, sitting there and been injured. So anyways, I just thought it was interesting, maybe in poor taste. What did I write down? Oh, yeah. John Hill's birthday is today. So happy birthday, John Hill. He did announce that he is going to have a show on Friday, I think, of BravoCon. That's the only night he's mentioned so far. And Andy Cohen and him seemed in a really good mood together today. I know I've talked about last week, and a lot of you agreed with me that there was just some uncomfortableness, right, on the Andy Cohen live show. So everything seemed fine today, even when Andy was calling baby Lucy, the omen, because she keeps waking up in the middle of the night and crying. I don't know how, excuse me, I just had eggs in I'm burping. How old is John now? I don't know. If I had to guess, I would say 46-ish. Oh, somebody says 43. Sherry says, okay, he's 43. Anyways, okay, so yeah, so wish him a happy birthday. You can't tag John Hill. He's like super like that. There's a few celebrities you can't tag. He is one of them. So I just made an Instagram story and then just sent it to him on a DM. I'll have to see if he reads it or not, though. So Andy Cohen was complaining about his kids, which, I mean, hey, it's life, right? There is nothing joyful about waking up to a crying, screaming baby in the middle of the night. Nothing is wrong. He said she didn't need a diaper. Nothing was wrong. She's just crying and crying. So that's so frustrating, right? But this time, John didn't make any comments about it, except for letting him know that when he calls her the omen, that's actually a boy version. And he was trying to tell him some other name that he needs to be calling her, right? Anyways, but Andy says he likes to let her cry it out, which I don't know. That makes me so sad. There's no great solution, because parents can say, oh, I'll let them cry it out. And in 3 or 4 nights, they stop crying. Then others can say, oh, but that 3 or 4 nights, they learn not to trust you. So as a parent, honestly, right? Don't we all agree? There's nothing perfect about being a parent. So if you have advice, send it over to Andy Cohen, because he is definitely looking for it to get Lucy to go back to sleeping through the night and not waking up crying. He's like even researched like night terrors. And he says that's usually like, I think 3 to 11 years old, he was saying. I definitely had some kids with night terrors, but it's hard to say if it's a night terror, nightmare, it's hard to say what that is. I don't really know. Anyways, but let me know if you plan to go to his Friday night show. Even if you're in Las Vegas and obviously don't have tickets for BravoCon, there's so many shows. If you live in Las Vegas, though, you are just surrounded by entertainment nonstop, though. So you know what's going on at all times, right? Yeah. So a lot of you saying you went in on your kids and you didn't. So let me know if you were ones that did the cry it out method or if you always went in to reassure them. It's heartbreaking either way, though, right? Because if you get a kid back down asleep and you think everything's fine and you tiptoe out and you lay back in bed, you're so exhausted and they start screaming again. You just feel so defeated and you're exhausted, right? Like there's nothing not exhausting about being a parent emotionally, physically. He's in the physically exhausted side. Give him about 10 years when Lucy is 11, 12 years old. Ben Cohen is, 14 years old. Oh my God. He is in for it, right? Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. Marie says the Omen is a movie. That's what they were talking about is I think John Hill was telling him that's like a devil child. And he goes, well, yeah. I mean, I love Andy because he is realistic, but he'll definitely get crap for saying that about his kid, right? Okay, we are definitely going to talk about the post that y'all sent me. Thank you, my Jeff Lewis Sleuth. Since Gage has me blocked and Scott Anderson has me blocked, we're definitely going to talk about Monroe's birthday party later. But let's get into RHONY Reunion Episode 1. Did you watch? Did you learn anything? Like, I don't know. Literally, it's like halfway through, and I'm like, I don't know if this is a reunion or like a boring episode. Like, I figured a reunion is definitely for bringing up things from the past. You know how they do like clips of things that have happened? I don't even remember them doing that many clips of people. I mean, I guess they did, but I just don't remember it. It was just kind of boring. But also, even though I'm not a baseball fan, the Houston Astros are going to Game 7 tonight against the Texas Rangers. So you've got a Texas team against a Texas team. So we did turn that game on towards the very end. Of course, Houston ended up losing, so they have to play again tonight. But that interrupted or delayed my RHONY. But normally I would just go to another TV instead of watch it with my husband and son. Instead, I sat there and watched the Astros game. If that tells you anything about my excitement for this RHONY Episode 1. And I hate saying that because y'all know how much I love Aaron Leachy. So it wasn't Aaron. It was just the whole show. So Ube at one point tries to give a dig talking about how they didn't want Jenna on the show. And everyone just kind of gets quiet. But then Andy says, oh, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. I didn't really feel like they got to anything, though. He even said on the Andy Cohen Live this morning that people were saying and kind of trash talking the reunion already because nothing really came out so far. Like, there's going to be 3 episodes. I'm just wondering if it's going to get better, I'm assuming. Like, I just don't know how they made 3 episodes out of this. Yes, Bobby says she was. Wait, where'd you go? Oh, I lost that clip. I lost that comment. I wonder if Gage unblocks, snoops, then reblocks. Yeah, I assume a lot of people have a Finsta. I don't. I've got a backup for Jeff Lewis Obsessed. But everyone that blocks me knows to block the backup too, because it's Jeff Lewis Obsessed and the Jeff Lewis Obsessed backup. So it's pretty easy for them to see that I have a backup, right? Oh, okay. Somebody, NW Sully says you think there's only 2 episodes. Why am I thinking 3? Y'all let me know if you've heard it from Victoria, I don't go live on the weekends, Monday through Friday. I've done 6 days a week. It's a lot. It's a lot. We'll just take our weekends off and miss each other and then join back again on Monday, right? Yeah, I hope it's not 3, right, Michelle? I'm kind of feeling the same way, like WTF. Oh, Bobby says, was Gage and Jeff at the party together? Oh, no, they are not in a good place. We will definitely talk about that soon. Also, I'll give y'all a little sneak peek. On Thursday, I think I'm going live with Dana Wilkie. Do y'all remember her from Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the $25,000 sunglasses? I'm going live with her on her YouTube channel Thursday, I think at 12 Central, to chat all the Jeff Lewis feuds. So that made me think of it because we're definitely chatting about Gage and Jeff because They're definitely feuding right now. Oh my God, Diamond Cutter's so sweet. Hey, did you know showing support by hitting the thumbs up is free? And guess what? Sarah loves when we ring her bell. Subscribe to It's All Free. Oh my God, that's so sweet, Diamond Cutter. Shout out. Thank you. Okay, so Bren and Cy definitely don't get along. I just feel like none of the cast really gets along. Like they weren't really friends to begin with. Even Jessel, y'all tell me if you think Jessel and Pavitt moved their family from Dallas to New York just for the show. It certainly sounds like it, and I'm not opposed to it. It just sounds less organic, right? Clearly, now I'm wondering, was she friends with the Dallas girls? Was she trying to bring that show back? When did they move to Dallas? I guess she's lived in New York, they lived in LA, then they moved to Dallas, now they're back in New York, which is fine. A lot of people like to move, and there's different reasons for moving, your family, your career, just for funsies, right? Like a trip to Vietnam for mileage. But I don't know. I get the feeling it was definitely for the show. And I also get the feeling they were really trying to call her out in it too. Oh, thank you, Kelly, for buying a badge. You're so sweet. Yes. So you think they totally moved for the show? Raquel says totally moved for the show. Bex Drew, Aaron doesn't like Bren because of the girl who quit because of anti-Semitic posts. Oh. Who was that girl? What's funny is they introduced all the girls at BravoCon last year, but I was like on the balcony of the whatever. We couldn't really see their faces or anything. Izzy, that's right. Lizzie? Yeah, I totally forgot about her. Does anyone follow her on Instagram and see what's going on with her? I mean, how do you even come back from that? I mean, cancel culture. I mean, I don't know. I think some people are really good at coming back from that. I mean, Jeff Lewis seems to get canceled every other week and he tends to come back from it. I don't know, professionally, personally, like I wonder what she did, if that like got her in trouble with friends and like her job or something, or her husband's job. I don't know anything about the girl. I don't remember anything about her. Oh, Bobby says Jenna is her jeans. Love her. I didn't mind the jeans either. I think somebody came at her. I think on Watch What Happens Live last night, Countess Luann and Dorinda were on, and somebody maybe called in, one of the video callers, I think, and asked what they thought about her wearing jeans. And one of them thought it was kind of disrespectful. I don't remember which one it was. If I had to guess, I would say it was Dorinda that said that, but I really can't remember. I didn't think it was disrespectful. I think it's whatever made her comfortable. She's in the fashion industry. I think she knew it was going to get publicity for sure. I can't figure Jenna Lyons out. Jenna effing Lyons, as they call her. I can't figure out if she's getting all this publicity and doesn't necessarily want it, or if she knows exactly what she's doing. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't figure it out. Lisa says, I love Jenna. She's a fan favorite. Okay. So Jessel, like I said, I really can't figure that out, but she definitely defended her husband and her marriage. I can't say exactly when Andy asked her if the sex life is any better. She was like, we're doing pretty good or something like that. I mean, it is what it is. They've got 2 little boys. They seem more roommate-ish, more friends-ish. I don't remember how long they've been together, but it just seems like that's maybe what's going on, which who cares? I mean, now that we know that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith have been separated for so long and kind of faking it to everyone, now we hear that Meryl Streep is. How many other marriages are faking it and just not letting us know? Like, I don't know. Even Cy said at one point, which was shocking, I need to just pay attention to my marriage, not anyone else's marriage. And I think that's probably a good thing to do. Unless you're nosy like me and you like to pay attention to everyone's marriage. Which, speaking of, I barely just caught a little snippet. I think it was a TMZ that they're saying that Mauricio and his partner from Dancing with the Stars were out on a date holding hands. I'm like, oh my God. Just as he was spewing all this stuff, there was an interview where the partner was next to him, and he was like explaining all this stuff ad nauseum. Just, we're not separated. We're this, we're that. We're really good at all this stuff. And she was just like, do. So maybe that's why. Maybe they had already started having feelings for each other. I don't even know. Yes, first lady of the church. Lots of other marriages. This is common. Divorce is expensive. And it was on Jeff Lewis Live. I think it was who was it? But somebody was letting us know that a lot of wealthy people have, whether they're famous or not, but have like a second house and they're kind of living separate lives. They're just not legally divorced, right? I mean, my God, just on the Housewives, the New Jersey, Jennifer Aydin's parents live separately from each other, but they're still legally married. Not Dolores's parents are still legally married, but live separately. That's just two. No. Also, doesn't Jacqueline's parents live separately, but they're, I don't think, divorced. Yeah. So I think it's way more common than we know for sure. Marie says Jessel and Pavitt seem much more grounded. Yeah, I would say that for sure. They definitely, but I don't know. I think she's definitely one of the ones I can see that Aaron was talking about during that Jeff Lewis commercial break, that people have changed a lot. I feel like she's gotten, which I understand. It's kind of like what Emily Simpson was saying the other day. Once you're on TV and you see yourself all the time. I mean, do y'all notice I waste time putting makeup on almost every day for y'all? Because you know what? When I wear makeup and have my hair down, y'all are like, oh, you look so nice today. When I look like a gym rat, like normally, nobody says anything. So I get it. You start looking at yourself more. And if you've got social media coming at you, that's why Emily Simpson was saying that she had like a facelift at, her second or third season of OC, because she's got all these people in her ear talking about what she looks like, and it gets you eventually, right? No, I'm not having work done anytime soon because I'm too cheap for that. But y'all get what I'm saying. We have to know, like we talked about last week, even with Zoom and all of that kind of stuff. Tina says, I'm looking better and better. More and more makeup, right? But even with Zoom, a lot of people started having lots more plastic surgery, wearing more makeup, caring about what they're doing, what their hair looks like, and all this kind of stuff, right? What was Venus saying? Yes. Oh, Jennifer Tilly. We'll talk about her soon. Okay, Watch What Happens Live. Did you watch that? It was pretty good. Dorinda and Luann. So I think it was May of this year, Ramona, Dorinda, and Luann came and did like a live show at the House of Blues in Houston. So some friends and I came and saw that. And I wasn't all that impressed by it. It was the guy, Dave Quinn, that did the Not All Diamonds or Rosé or whatever that book is. He was the moderator. I just didn't think it was that good, right? Even at one point, the ladies, I think it was Dorinda and Ramona, started fighting at one point, which I had on video, but it was so gross. I didn't even want to put it up on Instagram. But they were arguing over that guy, Adam, that Carol Radziwill ended up dating, or Kelly. Yeah, was it Carol ended up dating? It was just weird, right? They just were getting into this other stuff. Oh, Kelly, Luann is so beautiful. I agree for sure. Luann has a body that are just goals. Like, she's got the tight boobies, but they're big, but not too big. She's tall. She's slender. Oh, she's so good. But I didn't love the live show that they did. But on this Watch What Happens Live, I guess they were on because they've done this ultimate girls trip of RHONY Legacy Girls, right? That I don't think they've announced a date, but maybe December. Is that what we've heard about? But Ramona is in the audience. Y'all, he comes back from the first commercial break and he goes, Andy Cohen goes, well, I was going to, show Ramona in the audience again, but she's already left. Girl got up and left and didn't even tell anyone. So we know she's got a boyfriend now, a pretty serious boyfriend. I think they finally went public with that somewhat recently. So it wasn't, she's always on the prowl and always happy to leave for a date or two or three, right? So I don't know if that's why she left or if it wasn't about her enough. And she's in the front row of Watch What Happens Live. It is 30 minutes and she couldn't sit there and support her friends, Dorinda and Countess Luann. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, I'm not surprised, but I just thought it was so rude. I don't imagine anyone has ever unless it was an emergency, anyone has ever left the Watch What Happens Live audience. Like, it's 30 minutes, y'all. Wait, which book, Joyce? You bought that book and never read it. It's laying on a chair collecting dust. Oh, the Not All Rose. You know what I've heard is really good about that book? Not All Diamonds or Rosé, Anne Rosé, whatever it's called, by Dave Quinn. Amy Phillips does the audio version, and I heard her voices for the Housewives are really good. Oh, First Lady of the Church says Ramona is everything. I miss her on the show. Ramona is very entertaining. So I've seen Countess Luann, her cabaret show twice now. Once in New York City with some girlfriends at Studio 54. Amazing. And this was during COVID. This was December 2021, I think. Yeah. And so there was the clear glass partitions between each booth. Next to our booth was Ramona and the guy that's like I forget his name now, but he's like a realtor that's been on $1 Million Listing. And I think his dad is like rich. And I think he was on Real Housewives of New York also as like being her guide for being a realtor, right? And then some other friends. She is just the same. I mean, just chatting during the show, not paying attention. I mean, she is everything. Kim says, love Ramona. Michael, yes. What is his last name though? I forget it, but his name is Michael for sure. Yeah. Anyways, but Andy Cohen's like, that's on brand, you know, on brand for Ramona. Okay. Did y'all listen to Jeff Lewis? I had so many. Yes, Michael Lorber. Thank you. What happened to Girl Code? Wait, what are y'all talking about, Marie? Melanie, what are you talking about? Oh, you're so sweet, Melanie. Please hit the like button and be sure to subscribe. You got this. Help Sarah out in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, Melanie. Y'all are so sweet. Okay. A lot of you 5-10 minutes into Jeff Lewis today were already telling me you turned it off. Jennifer Tilly was talking a mile a minute. I would say she was nervous, but y'all, she's 65 years old, been in this business so long. She made it clear did it seem like she did Jeff a favor by being on Jeff Lewis Live? I mean, she sort of acted like it, right? I'm like, girl, this is no favor. Like, no offense. Okay, maybe. I'm not searching out a Jennifer Tilly project. So when I've heard you now twice on Jeff Lewis Live, I'm going to notice you as a Jeff Lewis Live co-host, not necessarily as Jennifer Tilly, right? Am I wrong here? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Carol that was hooking up with Adam. Yeah. Okay. So she starts off. I looked it up. Somebody are saying she's 71. I looked it up that she's 65. She looks great. I will hand her that. She definitely says she woke up. I don't think she had hair and makeup because she said she didn't want to spend the money or spend the extra hour doing hair and makeup. But she said she's glanced at the comments like this, which if you've ever read what I call the coffee picture. So the coffee picture is the picture that Kian or whoever takes Shane of Jeff and the co-host, and usually Shane before they head over to the SiriusXM studio every morning. Underneath that on Jeff Lewis's Instagram is where all the crazy comments are. So that's where you can really get a feel. And then obviously also the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group, you can get a feel if somebody really liked the co-host or not. Okay. So a lot of co-hosts, even Monica and Krista were talking about on the after show today about the trolls, right? The trolls and how they can really come at the people, right? For sure. But she was talking about she's got a super fan that's obsessed with her and knows everything about her, all of her projects and most posts about her. But then she was like, what should I call them? Like, what do I call my fans? And I'm like, I don't know, Tillies, the Tillers, Jennifer Tilly. They'll think of a name for her and send it to her in the DM. I think she's looking for something. But I'm like, you have been in this business so long. I would think she would already have a fan. Yeah. Hi, Luna. Yeah. Y'all hear her. I was going to put her in the crate because she doesn't mind going to the crate. And I thought, oh, no, she'll be fine. The garbage truck's already come. No, and of course, she's barking like crazy. Robin says, I will watch the video tonight. Yeah. Chucky's going to be perved. What does that mean? Perved. I did catch the after show, though, which was nice. Yeah. Okay. Whoever Debbie is, call her Debbie. Congratulations. So Jeff announced late last week that this October 28th Halloween party, I think they were calling it Halloweeny now, I guess. Although it sounds like they're not providing alcohol or maybe even cookies. Like, I don't know what they're going to provide. Jennifer Tilly was kind of coming at him like, why would anyone go to this? It doesn't sound like you're providing anything. I was like, But it sounded like when Jameson was explaining it, that they were like, check your social. So that to me meant Radio Sirius or Radio Andy Sirius XM, whatever that Instagram is. And then he said, check your app. So I already know that on Friday, at least 2 or 3 that I know of, a couple were in the LA area and somebody else was far away. I don't remember where it was at though, but they had the thing come up on their app to join the contest, I guess. I don't even know if that means they already won, but they're letting people bring a +1. So I don't know if this 40 people mean 20 people are winning and then they get to bring a +1, or 40 people get to win and they get to bring a +1. So 80. But I do know that the chumps are going to be there. That Alyssa was talking about dressing up. I assume Oscar's going to be there. He'd be so fun to meet, I think. But they're not telling us. Although Jeff did say he was dressing up as the Grinch and he wants to be painted green. Like, I'm really surprised that Jeff is okay. Like makeup. Well, I guess he's doing these spray tans. That's kind of the same thing, right? The idea of having body paint all over me, and like if I touched my face, it would rub off, but green, like that just grosses me out. But I think he's so into it. We know a couple of years ago he did Elf on the Shelf, which was amazing. Like that was a really good costume. Somebody's putting in a question. Do you know if him and Stu are done? He didn't mention anything about him today, right? But the fact that you didn't mention anything about him, he wasn't at Monroe's Disneyland birthday party. And it doesn't sound like he's talking about a couple's costume. So that's all we know. Who Dat says Jennifer thinks highly of herself. I mean, I guess everyone should think highly of themselves. I just don't know how vocal she should be about it. I thought she was very ballsy today, right? Very ballsy today. Okay, so let's talk about Monroe's 7th birthday. She had a birthday party, it looks like, with her daddy Gage. Daddy Gage posted Instagram pictures of the Barbie cake and the Barbie cookies. Daddy Scott, is that what we call him? Daddy Scott Anderson posted Instagram pictures of the Barbie cake also. So clearly he was at the party celebrating with them. They also posted McDonald's nuggets. So this looks a lot like her 6th birthday party that Gage hosted. But at that one, Jeff actually was in communication with Gage and he at least showed up at the party, right? Like they were doing better. This time, I don't think Jeff was invited and Jeff certainly didn't go, right? I wish things were better and I hope they're soon in a place where they can be at the same birthday party, because a kid wants to see that, right? They want to see that as much as they're faking it, who cares? All she needs to know is that her dads and Scott can be at the same birthday party and celebrate her, right? Since Jeff, I just don't think, which is fine. I clearly don't think Jeff is into hosting the birthday parties. I think if he and Gage were still together, they would host a birthday party for her. I just don't think that's really his thing, right? But last year's, if I'm remembering correct, last year's Gage's was a Barbie theme, and they also had McDonald's nuggets. So even though Gage is super like into feeding her health food, it's her birthday party, and also he wants to make sure the kids that come are going to eat, right? I mean, what else can you serve that kids will eat besides pizza, Chick-fil-A, nuggets, McDonald's nuggets? So it all makes sense, right? I don't know what y'all are talking about, Snowball. Oh yes, Jeff better brace himself for Grinch makeup. I don't know what, as straight as Jeff acts, I'm shocked that he likes to get so much makeup on. I don't know what it is about him. It's not like he ever talks about his skin or his acne or, anything like that, because he doesn't have it. He's got great skin. I don't know why he wants to put on makeup. Like, I would just think he'd want to just dress up in something like hot, like something manly. I love whenever Doug gets on his manly voice. Okay, so they have this birthday party. We don't see any pictures from the birthday party. We do see a little bit of pictures of Monroe walking with Alice. So there was one picture of Alice. I did see a picture. I think it was a video of Monica's that she was like, or maybe a picture. She was like on the front of the ride and it said chaperone. And then Shane and his roommate, Brogan, were in the picture together, the video together. I don't know. I'm manifesting something more going on with Shane and his roommate, Brogan, because I feel like they've, Brogan has gone to a lot of stuff with them. So that means like that's his +1. That's Shane's +1. I'm just hoping things have turned more than just roommates. Oh, I would love that for him. But I do hear Shane talk about like dating, and no, I guess he really hasn't lately, has he? Now I'm trying to think. Yeah, Marie says Monroe is the only one they're hurting. Piggy in the middle, poor sweetie. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so Jeff's birthday party for her is a VIP tour of Disneyland, where he is consumed with hoping that he'll be on DILFs of Disneyland for yet a third year in a row. So we've seen the pictures of him in the past pushing Monroe in a stroller. He's got shorts on, looks so cute. He hasn't yet seen himself on DILFs of Disneyland, which is Dad's I'd like to F of Disneyland, but he is very hopeful. Sounds like they got a really cute picture of him in one of the rides. I forget which one it was, with Alice and Monroe and Dylan, the 3 kids that were there. Everyone else was adults, which is, sounds like a party that Jeff wants to have, alcohol, little stopping for a little bitty drinky drink. Shane's in love with Brogan, but it seems like it's not reciprocated. I don't know why. Shane is a sweetheart and a cutie, total catch. But maybe Lucy loves sports. I know, but I'm hoping it is more now. I really am. Oh, goodness. What happened to Friday's video with Emily and Shane? Annette says, we don't know, but it's definitely not up. I didn't hear anything on Friday's show that would give it reason. Maybe they had a technical issue. I don't know. Be nice if they would just say it's not going to be up, because I must have looked for that 4 times over the weekend. I would just be like, oh, I wonder if that video came up, and go over there and look. Since the freaking app doesn't have the button that you can just say, notify me when it comes up. How hard can it be to add that button? Like literally, how hard can it be? Okay. So the story of Jeff being there with Monroe, and Monroe leans into him and is like, oh, big belly. I actually thought it was kind of cute. So he took it as if she was saying he has a big belly. Shane took it as if she was saying like, oh, it's like comfortable to lay on, which I thought was actually really sweet. I don't know. The way Jeff tells us about his weight right now, it's definitely down. So I cannot imagine he has a big belly at all, though. But now I need to go back and look at today's picture. What did he have on? Some shirts you can see him better than others. So I can't really think of what he had on. Oh, he didn't tell us anything about the butterfly ring. I wonder if he'll give it to her on our actual birthday, which is Wednesday, October 25th. Yeah, he didn't talk about giving her gifts, or he always talks about, they need to clear out her her toys, because she's going to get so many presents. But I guess a lot of people get presents at a birthday party more than just for having a birthday. So, everything that she got from Daddy Gage is going to stay at his apartment, right? Not go to Jeff's house. I don't know. Kids know how to push the buttons. That's what Monroe is doing, Sherry says. She definitely knows how to push Jeff's buttons. Oh my God. Okay. What else? DILFs of Disney. We already talked about that. Later, Monica and Krista were talking about MILFs of Disney, and Krista's disappointed that she's never been on that. She is pretty hot. I don't know if people put in their own pictures. Like they were telling Shane to send in this picture. He's like, well, that sounds kind of thirsty. Like, I don't think I'm going to do that, but I guess people can turn in their own pictures. I can't imagine turning in my own picture for that. Oh, Lady Grace. Yes. Can we talk about the lady in the wheelchair? Okay. So Jeff is in line. He's got VIP. He talks, what are these called cars? Like electric scooters? Is that what they're called? Electric scooter? So he often talks about how he's very hot at Disneyland. Megan is a 10 at Disneyland, right? Meaning there's a lot of unattractive, he talks about overweight people being at Disneyland, and lots of people in these electric scooters, because the word on the street is if you have an electric scooter, that will get you to the front of the line for cutting the lines, and you don't have to pay the VIP price, right? I don't know if that's true or not. Some of y'all have definitely sent me stuff in the DMs that y'all have done this, so it's very true. So he really seems concerned about this lady that they seem to have just left out in the sun. He didn't think she could talk. Clearly she can talk because she said something to Krista like, how rude, or what a rude person or something. And they had a conversation with him and I think dug the trash. So he sees this lady being pushed to the side and kind of sitting in the sun while her family goes to ride the line. He couldn't find a trash can and he had to get rid of his churro and his lemonade, making chunky choices. And so he sticks them in the front of her basket on her electric scooter. As she's sitting there, I mean, he's like calling her great grandma, like she's like comatose, like not doing anything. But apparently she noticed. What would you do if you were in that situation? Would you say, I don't even know what I would do. Jameson was mortified. This was the rudest thing Jameson said that he has ever done, that he's ever heard of Jeff doing. I can think of ruder things. I don't know. Y'all tell me some ruder things you've thought of Jeff doing. I don't feel he did it to be rude. I do felt he did it as a last resort. Like he needed to get on this ride. I'm assuming the ride operator had a little trash can. Michael Riley says I would throw it on him. Don't you think that the ride operators have a little trash can there for like their own drinks or water bottles or snacks, and he could have given it to them? I don't know. Victoria says it's not like he stuck it in her blouse. Oh my God, can you imagine? I don't think Jeff would want to touch the boobs. He wouldn't want to go near the boobs. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. What else? Monica and Krista did the after show. They talked a lot about Disneyland again. They talked about their two girls being so exhausted. Because remember, Jeff said him and 4 people. So I'm assuming the 4. I don't think all 10 people went. Crap, he could have invited a couple more people for the same price. Who all went, y'all? Jeff, Shane, Brogan, and Monroe. So I'm assuming those are the 4 that left early. And the 4 that were left were, no, more than 4. Okay, maybe they did. Monroe, Dylan and Monica, Krista and Alice, and then the grandma, and then the grandma's sister. So that's 6. So 10 people did go. They all stayed back and stayed till like 10:30 or 11 at night. And their girls were exhausted the next day. So I think they're realizing Krista's daughter, I think, is 11-ish, Alice. And then I think Dylan, Monica's little girl, is like 9-ish. And then, so they're all stair-stepped. I mean, 11, 9, and 7, which is almost Monroe's age, can definitely be friends as girls for sure. They're probably not the best of friends, but they probably see each other on all these kinds of outings. They go on vacation together, 4th of July, they go to Newport. So I think they're good enough friends that at 2 years apart, they can easily pick up where they started. I think when they're, well, even 18 and 16, but like 14, 12, and 10, like 14 and 10 is a pretty big difference, right? Like they may not want to hang out for them at that point. Marie says would feel secondhand embarrassment. Yeah, for sure. Christina says you're so concerned that he used her basket as a trash can. So do y'all think that's the worst thing he's ever done? He should have. Oh my God, Christina. Duh. This guy that they're paying thousands of dollars to, and I think he says he tips like $500. He could have given his trash to the guide. That's definitely got to be part of her job. Oh my God. Why did we think of this? Well, you did. Why didn't I think of this? Oh my goodness. Victoria says it's better than throwing it on the ground. Well, I mean, that's true. I don't feel like Jeff is I don't think he would throw things on the ground. I think he saw it as a last resort. But yeah, why didn't his guide see that he had trash in his hands, right? And know he was about to get on a ride? I don't know. You don't think the guide goes in the line with them, Sonny says? I would assume so. I would assume they're the ones that's like has a badge that's letting them know these people are with them. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Morgan thinks it's a gag. He did throw his dental floss on the ground. You reminded me. That was just Friday. That was so gross. Maybe he does throw trash on the ground. Ew. Jason says, why would he walk up to a ride with food and drink? This is true. This is true. I don't know your name, but you said, what are we talking about? Jeff Lewis Live and his trip to Disneyland this weekend. If you're on TikTok, please tap the screen and give me a bunch of likes. I would really appreciate it. What else? That is all I have for the show today. So it sounds like tomorrow on the regular Jeff Lewis is Judge Lauren Lake and Justin Martindale. The after show, y'all were already complaining that Carney was going to be on 2 days in a row on the after show. But now it seems like Monica and Krista announced on the after show today that it's going to be Doug and Pej Vidot. So I know that I follow Carney, and she was just at something called HorrorCon. I don't remember where she was flying home from, but she was flying home yesterday. So I don't know if she's sick. I don't know if she's just tired, needed another day. But it does sound like it's going to be Doug with Pej. So I'll be super excited for that. Yes, where Kelly usually puts his trash in a paper cup because there's no trash cans inside the LA Sirius XMs. He's got that in the New York one. Sunny, I did hear that somebody was DMing me that people were complaining about Monica's voice. It doesn't bother me, but I just think she's so sweet too. She's so sweet. Oh, she was in New Jersey, Annette says. Carney is great. Yeah, she was posting a lot of videos of that. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Oh, Ben. Hey, Ben. I need to win tickets to Saturday's Halloween show. If anyone is a ticket winner to the Halloween show, put Ben Finer, Finer, as your guest. He's super fun. Super fun. And then he lives in the LA area, so there's no doubt he can get there. No doubt. I don't know what happened with this party. It does seem like they talk about things on the air that they necessarily haven't talked about those details off the air. Jeff was talking Friday about having alcohol, go into a bar before or afterwards. And now, Alyssa was like, no, let's not talk about that. Or is there going to be Halloween cookies? And Jeff was like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, are you providing anything? Or is it going to be like a Coke and a Diet Coke situation? I don't know. 2 Wednesdays in a row without Jamie, but he'll be on this week. Is it Wednesday he's on with MJ? For sure. Well, Ben, I hope you get to win. Yes, Scott and Gage posted Monroe's birthday cake. Yeah. Don't you think they've got to be living together by now? Like, why would... It's been like a year. This is almost November. Like, I'm assuming... I don't know. Yeah, I'm assuming they, for financial reasons and just to live together and to make things easier. For sure, bevy water only. Can you imagine? I mean, I'm sure bevy water is amazing, but I think they need to throw in some money. Oh, and did you hear they were saying this was Jeff Lewis Has Issues? They were using his podcast as who's the party was. I think I heard Alyssa say that on the after show. It's the Jeff Lewis Has Issues. So that's not even anything to do with, I don't know. Is that to do with Sirius XM? I don't know. It was kind of weird. It was weird the way they said that for sure. Oh, Stephanie, you didn't love the Barbie cake or the cookies? I mean, it didn't blow me away, but it was cute. Yeah, it didn't blow me away though. I'm assuming she's still into Barbie though, if he had a Barbie cake two years in a row. Yes, interesting that Scott still posts pics of his baby. I wondered if that was an issue between them. I mean, but even recently, Gage posted a picture of him in baby Stone. So, wait, is Stone the name? Why am I thinking it's something else? Yeah, Stone Anderson. Stone? Why does that sound wrong now? Oh my God. I can't think. Victoria says you never played with Barbie? Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, Marie. You're so sweet. I don't see any birthday pics under Jeff, Gage, or Shane. I guess they timed out. Yeah, so Jeff didn't post any birthday pictures. Neither did Shane. Gage and Scott Anderson posted some Instagram stories, I'm told, that disappear. So since they have me blocked, I just have to get the pictures that y'all send to me on Instagram. Anyways. Okay, we're almost at the end. Thank you so much for joining live. Please make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, make a comment. I promise it helps. I appreciate it so much. It's way more fun. If you're watching on the replay, still tell us what you think about everything. We love to chat with you. Join us live any chance that you can. The replay goes up immediately on Jeff Lewis Obsessed on all my social media, except TikTok. Sorry, TikTok. And then it goes up as a podcast everywhere you get your podcast. Even if you don't listen as a podcast, will you go find Jeff Lewis Obsessed and scroll down and hit a 5-star review and post something? I would really, really appreciate it. Okay. Bye, Chumpets. Bye, Instagram.